Okay, today I will be changing the blade on my Slimline Pro, which is these cordless Andis. As you can see, I dropped it and I broke the blade on it. So that's what we're going to be replacing. So I got the new blade here and I'm going to zero gap this blade and use the tool for the first time. All right, guys, I had to fast forward a little bit. Sometimes those boxes can be a pain in the ass to open up. So I ended up getting it out of the package. I'm gonna loosen up my blade here. Just give it a little slight turn to the left and they should loosen right up. Okay, now that we have those loose, all right, guys, I just found out something very interesting about this tool. This tool will not work on any other blade besides your Andis outliner blade. And luckily, I have one here. I was gonna replace my my blade on my Blackout Edition outliner tools. So what I have here is a GTX blade. And this GTX blade is made to go through a little bit thicker hair. So it makes doing design work and edge ups on somebody with a thicker number on top a little bit easier. So based on the instructions, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna stick the blade right in there. We loosened up those top two screws. All right, so we got it in there clicking. What does it say? Place the front end of the blade upper lip against the gapper. Place holes in the blade assembly into the pins, blade gapper, and pull back on the base of the blade. The front of the blade should lift up and click into place. All right, you heard the click. Then it say make sure that the blade is properly seated against the lip of the blade gapper. As you can see, it's properly seated. Push the upper blade adjustment bracket forward as far as it will go until the upper blade is firmly against the angled metal surface. All right, guys, let's see. I feel like we did something wrong here. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna push this back. Okay, I had it wrong. This is what it looked like properly seated. You see this groove right here? The steel blade need to be resting on top of that. And then you come back with this little mechanism to push it forward. Let me see. Push the button on the right of the locking arm to lock it into place. The button should click into place. Okay, so this can lock into position and lock. So you push it in. As you can see, it will be me pushing it up on the video, but you push it in to unlock this so it can actually move. And then once you have it in place, you can see that this little deal, the moving piece, has a little push pin right there. So that push pin push up against the moving blade, and that's what pushes it and gives it that nice alignment. It gives it that perfect zero gap. So once you do that and you push it up and have it locked into place, the blade is locked securely into place. That's probably the coolest thing about this. Because the problem I have in the past with doing it on a mirror is once you sit it on the mirror and you try to get those screws tightened back up, sometimes you'll get some play in this part right here. It'll play from left to right or right to left, and you have to go back and constantly adjust it. You may have to do this 4 or 5 times in order to get them hitting right on both sides and hitting evenly. So overall, I think this is a neat little tool so far. So let me lock my blade into place. So we're just gonna give it a little turn. Make sure I have that locked. Yeah, it's locked. All right, you just tighten the blades back up, or the blade. Unlock it. Pull it back and pull your blade out. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. All right, it's all right. I didn't break anything. So let's check the gap out on it. Oh, that look pretty perfect. I don't know if you can see on camera, but that gap is like non-existent. Okay, guys, I had to pull out my blackout edition and this outliner. I'm going to take this black blade off. I ended up dropping them and chipped off a corner, and these jokers was hitting right. But like I said earlier in the video, I had to set these on a mirror, and it took me like 5 or 6 times. So I bought this little zero gap tool to see if it actually worked. It's pretty clean on the inside. So I'm switching over to an Andis GTX blade because I use like 4 different pair of trimmers when I'm cutting in the shop. So I actually need these for a reason. So we're gonna give it a little click here, see how they play. How I like to test my edges out, man, I like to put them on my arm hair, because if they can hit that arm hair and leave you a crispy line, oh, they're gonna go through anything else. For some reason, when your clipper start getting dull, they won't cut the hair on your arms. All right, here go the test. Let's see. Let's see that gap. Ooh, they hitting. Hey, man, go get y'all zero gap tool by Andis, man. This zero gap tool is the truth. This is what it looks like. This is the packaging, the Blade Zero Gapper. It'll run you about 25 bucks, man. It's definitely worth the money. I appreciate y'all. Click the subscribe button if you like this video. Until next time, peace.